Hello, in this tutorial I'm going to cover how you can create a table and all the different tools that you have with using tables in Google Docs. And also I'm going to cover add-ons at the same time because it will actually work together. So I'm going to click on table and I can go to insert table and I can highlight the number of cells I want to add in my table. So I'm going to do a simple 3x3 table. Now for reference purposes I'm going to put in a couple of words here so we can see what I'm doing and have a reference. Okay, so if we go back to table now, this is where you can see you can insert a row above, below, a column to the left, a column to the right, delete a row, delete a column, and delete your table. So if I click on this cell right here and I want to put a column in between these two words, I click here and I go table, insert column to the right, and so I put a column right here in between these two columns. Now I can click on this column and now go back to table and say delete that column. If I highlight multiple columns and I go to table and delete column, it'll delete both of those columns. I'll do the undo button to bring those back. If I want to put a row between these two examples, I'll go table and I'll insert row above. And again, I can come here and highlight the row and go to table and say delete row. I'm going to do undo because I want to use this as an example. So now if I want to do something different now, such as I want to highlight these three cells and make them all one cell, I can go to the table menu button and scroll down to where it says merge cells. So now I have the option to type in the middle here and put a word centered like so. Now something really neat I'm going to show next is what if I want these columns to all be equal. I can go to table and say distribute columns. So all the columns will be distributed equally. Same thing if I increase the size of this cell or this row. If I go to table and I say distribute rows, all the rows will be evenly distributed. Okay, so next in this table option, I'm going to go to tables and go to table properties. This is where I can change the color of the border. So let's make it red, make the line thicker, and then also I can even change the background color of all the cells and click OK. So that was table properties. So now the last thing I want to show you today that moves on beyond table is add-ons. So let's click on add-ons. And then when we do so, we're going to go to where it says get add-ons. This is like a marketplace for tools that you can insert in Google Docs. So one of the ones that I've got is called Table Formatter. So watch what happens. You click on this and then you will see the plus sign if you don't have it and add it to your add-ons inside of Google Docs. So what I'm going to do right now is go to add-ons and I'm going to click on that table formatter and hit start. And what it's going to do is it's going to open up that add-on on the right side of my screen and you're going to see some table properties that I can change now that I didn't really quite have in this table toolbar. You could probably get to it, but it would take you a while. So I'm going to give it a second to load. Sometimes these things take longer than others, and here it comes. So what if I click on this table and I say, hey, I want this one, and it reset the table to that format. But what if I say, oh, I like this one, or I want this table format, or I want this table format, or I want this table format, and etc. So I mean, I have the option now to really kind of quickly change and format my table with this add-on. And I can even make custom templates, and I can even apply it to all the tables in my Google Doc. So add-ons adds another layer of functionality of tools that maybe we didn't have per se in these other tools that I showed today. So I hope that this was a helpful tutorial, and thank you so much for watching, and please let me know if you have any questions or concerns about the tools and tips that I showed you today.